Welcome back, everyone, to another Deep Dive Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into what was, without a doubt, the biggest football festival in history, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This wasn't just your standard tournament. It was a record-breaking, history-making spectacle that completely shifted the landscape of international sports. If you're into the wild intersection of massive global events, elite strategic gameplay, and just pure, unadulterated athletic drama, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're going to unpack exactly how this unprecedented tournament unfolded, from the massive infrastructure behind it all the way to that thrilling final whistle.
Okay, so let's start with the big question. What exactly made this North American event such a massive, unprecedented gathering? We throw the word historic around a lot these days, I know, but this tournament truly redefined the boundaries of a global sporting event. It wasn't just a slight upgrade, it was a total, ground-up reimagining of what the World Cup could actually be in terms of scale, geography, and participation.
To really grasp that scale, we have to start with the number 3, because for the very first time in FIFA's history, 3 separate sovereign nations, the United States, Canada, and Mexico, actually joined forces to host. Just think about that for a second. This trilateral partnership was a logistical beast. It required cross-border coordination on security, travel, and infrastructure on a level we've literally never seen before in the sporting world. And the teams, well, participation saw a massive expansion too. The field jumped from the traditional 32 teams we've known for decades all the way up to 48. This was huge. It opened the doors for a truly global representation, allowing way more nations from various continental qualifiers to step onto the world's biggest stage. It completely shifted the competitive balance and ensured that the whole world was watching. For us fans, this expansion meant one ultimate incredible thing: a staggering, record-breaking 104 matches of football. With 3 hosts and 48 teams, the calendar basically became an absolute daily feast of the sport. For the global audience, this meant more narratives, more wild clashes of playing styles, and honestly, just way more excitement than any previous iteration of the tournament.
Part 1, a historic mega tournament.
The action itself was spread across more than 16 incredible stadiums. These venues offered this really fantastic blend of history and cutting-edge architecture. We had the legendary Aztec Stadium in Mexico, totally steeped in World Cup lore, right alongside these sleek modern arenas in Canadian cities like Toronto and Vancouver. And, of course, the crown jewel for the climax of the whole thing was MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, which was selected to host the grand final. Now, all this physical footprint, it drove a mind-blowing financial milestone, nearly $15 billion in record revenue for FIFA. $15 billion, driven by immense broadcasting rights deals, unprecedented ticket sales, and top-tier global sponsorships. It just proved that the appetite in the market for global football has never been larger. It really underscores just how incredibly valuable the World Cup brand has become when you scale it up to this degree.
Part 2, new format, bigger drama.
So, the underlying mechanics of the tournament were heavily altered. We moved from 8 groups of 4 up to a massive 12 groups of 4. This created a completely different strategic puzzle for the coaches to figure out. To survive the group stage, the top 2 teams from each group automatically advanced, right? But they were also joined by a selection of the best third-place teams. All of this funneled directly into a newly introduced, highly punishing round of 32, making the knockout phase longer and just far more demanding on the players.
Part 3, stars and surprises.
The superstars absolutely brought their magic to North America. I mean, we saw absolute legends of the game giving it their all. You had Kylian Mbappe showcasing his trademark pace for France, high-profile Brazilian stars hunting for glory, and historic powerhouses like Spain and Germany battling through heavily contested groups. And, crucially, we saw Lionel Messi pushing the defending champions, Argentina, utilizing every bit of their tactical might to march methodically toward that final. But you know what? The most unforgettable drama actually came from the underdogs. While the Titans were battling it out, teams like Morocco and South Africa put on these absolutely inspiring performances. They didn't just show up to participate, they played brilliant, tactical football that completely shook up the knockout stages. It proved for sure that the gap in global talent is rapidly closing.
Part 4, the grand finale. So, after 103 matches of grueling, high-stakes football across 3 vast countries, who actually managed to survive and lift that coveted trophy on July 19th at MetLife Stadium?
In what was probably the biggest surprise conclusion of the tournament, Spain delivered a spectacular and incredibly disciplined performance, defeating the defending champions 1-0 in a total nail-biter of an extra-time finish. It was a masterclass in endurance, securing Spain their second World Cup title since their legendary 2010 victory.
It was literally the ultimate tactical clash. On one side, you've got the formidable defending champions Argentina, who fought brilliantly to reach the final once again. On the other, a relentlessly disciplined Spain. The defining moment of this entire mega tournament came down to a dramatic, decisive extra-time goal netted by Ferran Torres, tipping the scales in Spain's favor once and for all. Part 5. Records and Lasting Legacy. Beyond just handing out a trophy, this event left a massive, multifaceted footprint. I mean, it drove major infrastructure development, spearheaded new environmental efforts, and served as an unparalleled platform for young talent to break out. It significantly boosted the popularity of football across North America, proving once again the genuine power of sport to promote global unity. From that highly anticipated opening match in June, all the way to the dramatic climax in July, the whole festival was just a triumph. But, as we know, the football world never truly stops. As we close the chapter on North America, the global gaze shifts immediately to 2030, where the passion continues in a brand new multi-nation hosting setup across Spain, Portugal, and Morocco.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you guys with this thought to ponder. Looking back at this colossal 104-match event, between the stunning, dramatic extra-time upset by Spain to claim the title and the incredibly powerful, dominant run by the defending champs Argentina just to reach the final, what was your favorite memory of this historic event? The sheer scale of 2026 ensures we're going to be analyzing these moments for decades to come. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep exploring the fascinating stories behind the world's big